morning everyone. So let us today learn about the conditional and iterative statements in Python. So what are conditional and iterative statements? As we know that in Python or in any other programming language, the set of instructions which executes, it is in a sequence, or you can say the sequence is followed strictly while executing the statement from beginning to end. But what happens when we want to execute a particular set of statements number of times, or maybe we want to select a particular statement to be executed at that particular situation. So for that we need certain tools for performing the repetitive tasks, or you may say that to take the actions at the particular moment of time, or where we can take the decision. So for taking the decision and for completing a particular task at that particular situation, Python provides us certain tools, and those tools are called as program control statements. So in this chapter we are going to study about the control statements, that how we can control the program to execute a particular set of statement in a particular time. Let's see the type of statements in Python now. The first one we got here is the empty statement, which means that it does nothing in the program. Whenever you write a pass statement, pass is called as an empty statement. It moves the does nothing and moves to the next statement in that flow of control. Okay, so for example, if you have written any kind of statement and then you have written pass, and after that you have written any print line, so it will not execute that particular line, and the statement will pass over to the next flow of control, and then the last line will be executed. The second statement we got here is a simple statement, which means any printing line, any input line which you have written into your program, that is called as a simple statement. For example, name is equal to like I have written input statement your name, and then you have printed your name, like print name. So that will be called as a simple statement. And the third one is a compound statement. This kind of statement is basically, you can say, a group of statements which are executed in a unit. It contains two parts. For example, you can see here the header. The header is a kind of statement, you can say it includes a keyword, and it starts with a keyword and ends with colon. And under this we have to write the multiple statement in the body line, wherein you can write any statement including the print statement as well. Moving to the next topic, we have statement flow control, in which we will see that how the statement flows, or how the control flows in a particular set of statements when we write it in Python. It can be executed in three ways. The first one is it in a sequence, wherein it will read it from beginning to end. Then second one is in a selective manner, and the last is repeatedly. So let's see it one by one with example. The first one is the sequence construct. In sequence construct, the statement flows from beginning to end. It means the statement which is written at the top of the Python shell, it will be executed first, and then in a strictly it will follow the order till end. For example, you can see here I have written name equal to John, age equal to 25. So interpreter will initialize now John in a variable name, and then 25 value will be assigned to the variable age, and then it will print the name, and after that the age will be printed. So this is how the sequence flow goes, because it goes from beginning to end. This is what we call as sequence construct. Next, the second one is the selection construct. You can see in the diagram given here, when the condition appears to be true, it executes a separate set of statement, and when it goes false, it executes a separate set of statements. So it will be more understandable when we are going to do the program. So let's see an example now. Here I have written a even odd program with the help of selection construct, and you can see here that I have taken an input in a variable where I am asking the user to enter any number, and then I am using the if keyword to check that the number is even or odd. So as we know that for checking the number even, it should be completely divisible by 2, so that is why I have used the mod operator here. The mod operator gives the remainder, so when it is completely divisible, obviously the remainder is going to be 0. And then we have learned about the double equal to, which is equality operator, which checks that the number is completely divisible and is equal to 0. Then it will be printing the statement which is even number. Otherwise the selection construct will jump to the else statement and it will print the number as odd. So this is how the selection construct works. Now you have to practice all these topics at home. If you have any problem, you can text me. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much.